What's up everybody, I'm Chelsea DeNofa and we're here in the RTR hauler getting cars prepped for today's battles. So I'm a big person that's wanting to move towards a smaller tire because it's a lot less load on everything and you don't have to have as much power to have as good of a show. So right now with like how much tire we're allowed to run and how much grip we have in the cars and how crazy everything is, it's cool because it's very unlimited and the cars can be as fast as possible. But if you just take, let's say 30 millimeters out of the tire size, which would go down 3 tire sizes, everything show-wise would be way better because the cars would be less choppy, they'd be easier to drive, the reliability of the cars would go up because it'd be less load and be less detrimental to the drivetrain, and there'd be ways for you to find new ways to set the car up to be faster, more momentum, and utilize more of the driving skill than just, let's say, a tire battle. So I think Formula D has done an incredible job making sure every tire that comes into FD is within a box to keep it very fair. But I think just sizing down the tire size some to not necessarily slow down what's happening, because I think we'll be able to reach the same speeds, but I think it'll just smooth it out a lot and make the driving look better. But even with FD now, currently, you definitely get to these final battles, or even some of the really good guys in top 32, and depending on what tire you're on, sometimes you're really low tire pressures, you're putting a lot of chassis in the car, because every chassis is different, right? So some are faster than others, some slow down faster than others, some speed up. So having the tires be as even as possible is definitely what keeps the show in FD pretty well. So I've also driven tire events that are capped at really small sizes. Last weekend I drove the E-Town Gambler, which is a 235 class, which the maximum size you can drive is a 235, and the treadwear is 240 and higher. What that did is made my car, that cost me about 15 grand to build all in, like I was able to win the event. And it wasn't based off anything but the driving skill and the setup of your car. So the guys I was battling from 16 on, every battle was as hard as an FD battle. But we were all spending 100th of the cost to be there. So it was like, to me, it was really cool to be able to go drive a class where the cars weren't trying to kill you the whole time, the battles were super close, and the ability was left in the drivers and the setup. Everyone's like, oh, the cars are so crazy now, they're so fast, blah, blah, but you can only still go so fast around every turn, right? So over the last 10 years, if I look at the data from when I drove my BMW at Irwindale to now, it's 3.5 miles an hour difference in speed. And I would bet that no one watching can tell 3.5 miles an hour difference in speed. Now, in between each section and how fast they pick up speed and all that is different, but the sustained speed throughout the track has not really changed very much over the years. So the X Factor score in Formula Drift, I think is really cool. I think it rewards the extra bit that you can go to make style and take chances out there to get a higher score. I think in previous years you could go out, take chances and maybe not nail it perfect, but overall the run had way more excitement, way more angle, way more style, way more aggression. But the score, they couldn't give you any more than someone who hit all the marks right, drove with decent angle, put the car where it was supposed to. But now, you can do that and still get an additional 10 points. My last round in Orlando, I was able to get like 9.3 of the 10 points. So it was like almost the max score. And my run wasn't amazing. I was everywhere I needed to be, but it wasn't perfect. But I had tons of angle, tons of style, and it put me in second place qualifying, which I feel like previously it might have been 5th or 6th, and those extra points pushed me up a little bit. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for following me on the Throdle app, and I'll see you guys later.